Hello and welcome back to a world of ice and fire. And in the previous episode, we just joined House Targaryen in their efforts to, conquer the entirety of Westeros, I assume. That's what they would want to do, at least. And as you can see, Queen Daenerys is now selecting a new marshal. And, apparently, some of the lords have suggested our name as a candidate. So I'm going to say that we're willing to serve. Here we go. And now it is okay. This is very interesting, actually. All right. So basically, it's between us and this other fellow. And I personally, whoa! Wait a minute. Oh, that is hilarious. Mormont, solidarity right here, I guess. That is amazing. Okay. Oh, Theon as well? What? Loads of people are giving our support. Wow. Okay, that's actually hilarious. And indeed, Daenerys has now selected us as the marshal. This is hilarious. Okay, we can now sail from the port here. I have no idea actually where to go or what to do now because I wasn't expecting anything like this. All right, okay, well, we are at war against the Westerlands. So what is the best course of action? Well, the best course of action is to start a new campaign. Yes, we will start a new campaign. And we will now, I think, the best course of action, and there's another 18,000 being added to our treasury, by the way. But yeah, I think the best course of action is for us... Wait a minute. Are they actually... Are they stuck? Or... No, never mind. They are actually capable of moving and stuff like that. Okay, that's wonderful. I was a little bit worried there for a second. Okay. I think we're probably... Are we gonna land here? I think we should land here, shouldn't we? We should land here and we should just take Driftmark immediately. What do you bet? Do you think that would be a cool idea? I think that would be a cool idea. What's this? One lord will lose track of you. They must disembark in the next port and then come find you. Disembark now. Yes, that's absolutely fine. So now let's start the siege. This is insane, actually. Being able to do this... Oh, this is so fun. All right, okay, here we go. Now we can actually build checkpoints. It's going to take 40 hours, which is insanity, but, you know, it's going to take 40 hours. Send some men to infiltrate the... Ooh, look at this! A good way to hasten the fall of the fort is to infiltrate it with a group of men to damage the defenses, food stores, water supplies, or loyalty of the defenders. It is a difficult and risky maneuver, almost suicidal. Those you send in have low chances of returning, but if successful, they could cause great damage to the enemy. They will need 600 stags for their troubles. What type of sabotage would you like them to cause? Okay, so... burn the fort's food, of course. Your men could burn their granaries. This would cause devastation. Let's do it. Okay. We can loot and destroy crops and farms nearby. I'm not sure if I actually want to do that. Do we? I guess we should. And we'll prepare our assault as well. It's going to take 20 hours for us to do that. And we're going to now wait until... Actually, you know what? Can we just... Yeah, see? This is what we could do. Oh, now this is cool. This is so cool. Okay, here we go. You'll not come under attack. There we go. We freed someone, apparently. We freed a bunch of people, actually, apparently. Well, that's quite interesting. All right, so now I can actually capture, well, not capture, but rescue a bunch of people. And indeed, these guys are pretty decent, actually. Not too bad. Not too bad, the amount of people that we can get here. And we're going to conquer and forbid it. There we go. And I'm not going to request this be awarded to me. I'm going to ask for no rewards. Thank you very much. And we are already done. Look at that. We are already done with this. This is absolutely insane. Okay, so wait a second. Wait. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I think you will be. Are you? Are you? I hope you are. We are going to try and sweep across the Westerlands extremely quickly here. Grey Worm is looking insane, by the way. His army. I don't know whether you've seen it. Have you seen it? If you haven't seen it, I'm going to show you it in just a moment. Oh, what's this? You spot a single man riding hard towards your party. With a gesture of your hand, your men run to meet him. Intercepted by them, he presents himself as an emissary from Talon, and without delay informs you that an influential man has died of the pox, and that his family requests that you agree to declare an official day of mourning in his honor. Agree. Alright, that's absolutely fine. Oh yeah, so, Mr. Grey Worm. Oh well, Theon obviously has an insane amount of people too, and Grey Worm, as you see here, has 300 Unsullied and 400 Veteran Unsullied, which, as you can quite clearly tell, is more than enough for us to capture these extremely crazy things. It's amazing. Okay, look at this. Now I can literally... Yes, you will not come under siege. There we go. I will once again rescue all of these prisoners. And this is the reason why I wanted to go for persuasion. Obviously, I'm not entirely sure if my persuasion is actually doing anything right now, but because we are, this is what's really funny, because we are the Marshal, I think this is making a huge difference for us. Us being the Marshal just makes everything so much simpler, and it's actually insane. Because look at this, look at this. Look at what we could do right here. Once again, immediate and total surrender from our opponent, which is exactly what we want. And the funny thing is, I love this. This is so incredibly fun. And we're going to do the same thing here. There we go. All right, so let's actually go into Duskendale. Do you think we can actually take Duskendale? What do you think? Yeah, these guys are obviously going to try and besiege these things because obviously they have barely any people there, which is to be expected, I suppose. Now we're going to... Oh, Joffrey's here. Hey, look at this. He's actually giving up. I am so surprised that he's actually giving up right now. Wow, okay, I was not anticipating that in any way. I thought to myself, there's no way that they're going to give up. At the very least, I thought that Joffrey would not be the one to give up, but he is. Look at him. He's given up completely, which is fantastic. I love it. Okay, yeah, well, I never thought that this would be so incredibly enjoyable, because I was a bit worried about becoming the Marshal, you see. I thought to myself, oh dear, you know, what am I going to do about this? Am I actually going to be required to do something super difficult? And no, actually not. Actually having a pretty good time here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go to every single one of these places. Obviously, Diaden is now being besieged, but hopefully because they are so slow, they're not going to have a very easy time here. And once again, we're just going to do this. I might actually just let these things start going now, because otherwise I'm just going to be, well, I'm just going to be doing that all the time, aren't I? It's probably not the best idea. So we'll just do that, and then we'll just take Rosby as well. I mean, look at what we're able to do here. We're able to sweep across the entirety of the Westerlands, which is actually incredibly fun, I gotta say. Being able to do this, because obviously in the base game, this is not what happens, right? The base game does not allow you to have this amount of flexibility when it comes to dealing with, fief capturing. Basically, it's always very difficult, because you can never, even if you have a massive amount of troops, you can never ever force an opponent into giving up their fief. That's usually how it is, at least. Yeah, look at that. King's Landing. Boom. Immediate and utter capture right there. Immediate and utter capture. Obviously, do bear in mind, if they do take it back, I am willing to go in and actually try it, in the standard fashion, because let's face it, it is going to be a cool siege. At least I think it will probably be a cool siege. I'm going to take whatever I can here, just to kind of increase our power a little bit there. And I'm actually going to request that should I request that King's Landing be awarded to me? Should I request it? Yeah, fine. Let's request it. I think that would be quite funny if they decide to give it to me, which is highly unlikely. But yeah, let's just give them a little bit of cash right there. All right. So yeah, we're going to just continue running around. It is under siege, as you can see. No doubt they are going to be taking that very, very quickly, which is fine. As I said, I don't mind that, because if they do end up taking it, we are then going to have a pretty fun time actually trying to take it back, because all I wanted to do basically is just reduce the amount of troops that they have available in there, because otherwise it would be extremely difficult. You know, it would be one of those times where we have to spend, you know, almost a month, you know, besieging it, and I would prefer to try to avoid that as best as we can, because, you know, that's the smart play. You see, that is the smart play. Okay, so we're just going to continue doing this. There we are. And look at what we've done. We have completely well, no, we haven't won yet, obviously, because the Westerlands is an extremely large faction, but we are doing very, very well. Grey Worm and Theon are the ones that are basically pulling all the weight here. They're the ones that are just carrying us to victory, pretty much. And yeah. Wow, even just with Grey Worm next to us, this is all we need. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, pretty crazy. Okay, so there we go. We're getting significant amounts of, well, pretty much everything that we could ever want here. And Harren Hall is also available, so I think we'll probably go over there. Obviously, King's Landing is probably going to be under siege. Have they taken Dire Den yet? No, they haven't taken that either. Very strange that they haven't taken that back yet. I would have expected them to take it back relatively quickly, but for some reason, no, they haven't. But yeah, I guess after I've taken the various fiefs in this area, I think what we're going to do is we'll probably end our campaign, because this was an extremely successful campaign. I mean, the funny thing is, Daenerys should be very, very happy about how this has gone, especially with us in the driver's seat, as it were. But I am a little bit worried that if we... Oh, wow, they actually have all of this as well. Okay, I didn't even realize that they... Wow, they have a lot of... Yeah, they have a lot of territory. But yeah, the fact is, hopefully she's going to be happy with this, and because she's happy with it, maybe we're going to become the Marshal again at some point in the future. As you can see, they have taken Dire Den from us, but that is to be expected. As I said, it is very much expected that they will be taking these things back, because the garrisons are not going to be full, of course. The garrisons are going to be extremely weak, and the only reason why I'm going through all of these right now is to try and reduce the overall strength of the opponent so dramatically that they have very, very little that they can do as we go forward. You know what I mean? That's basically what we want to try here. Now, technically, what I could do is I could go to all of these. What do you think? Should I go to all of these and capture all of this? I don't know. Is it... I don't know. Is it good for me to do that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yeah, as you can see, King's Landing is now under siege some more. I think we will make our way down over here, because I'm pretty sure that King's Landing is going to get taken sometime soon, and I would like to go in there and actually see what it is like to go into the actual siege. Obviously, the you know, the more efficient way of doing it is the way that I've done it, obviously. You know, I mean, you know, clearly it is extremely, extremely fast and efficient to do it this way. It's also very, very good to do the starvation mechanic. Of course, if you have a huge amount of people behind you, you could basically just starve things, you know, starve people out really, really fast, really easily. And yeah, they are now actually besieging it, so that's obviously fantastic. So we will continue taking this. There we go. I'm basically just capturing, like, well, rescuing one person from each thing here. King's Landing will be taken very, very soon. So I do need to make my way back there very, very shortly. We're rescuing some people as well, which is quite nice. There we go. And the question is, I should probably go to Storm's End, shouldn't I? I think I'll go to Storm's End, and we'll just, you know, strike relatively deep into enemy territory. Oh, we got a person here that thinks that they can that thinks they can actually take on one of our Dothraki friends here. They have what? You see this guy's army? Did you see that guy's army? He has 860 Dothraki horse lords. Yeah, those guys are not to be messed with in any way. I remember fighting against a bunch of those in a previous series, and wow, you do not want to mess with them. You really don't. Storm's End only has 151 people. I think I could probably persuade them by myself. Yes, I can, actually. Whoa, so I don't even need those guys to come along. I can literally do it myself. That's crazy. Okay, yeah, so they're probably going to be taking King's Landing anytime soon. Are these guys actually still chasing after someone? Yeah, they are. Okay, you're gonna defeat him? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so they've taken Stony Step from us as well. Obviously, this is indeed what is going to happen, of course, if you don't eliminate their vassals. But that's okay. As I said, we're trying to throw them off balance as much as we possibly can. Being able to do that basically makes it so that they are in really a really bad spot, because you could see here, I mean, we've got loads of people that can potentially defend, and look at what we've got going on here. Look at these guys. They basically have no troops available, which is kind of crazy in itself. And Grey Worm is right next to me here, so we're just going to basically be taking this immediately. And we're getting a load of reputation by doing this as well, which is hilarious. Let's actually make our way over to Antlers right now. I could technically fight these guys. I don't really want to fight them at night though, if that's at all possible. Let me very quickly save here, because I'm a little bit worried that because I've done so much stuff, I don't really want it to crash on me, even though, to be honest, this mod doesn't actually crash for me ever. So yeah, anyway, let's see. I will obviously take this back. Apparently the vassals are not really wanting to do much for us here. And I'm actually wondering what happens to the vassals when... Oh, I guess we just let them go, don't we? Yeah. Alright, so we've now entered into a massive battle. Oh yes. Oh yes, here we go. Alright, looks as though we're gonna be getting our infantry into the enemy's lines anytime soon. Now, these guys have been placed into a shield wall, and we're gonna be telling them to attack the enemy. Oh yes, here we go. Now, I am going to also obviously tell my archers to come over here, because we do want them to participate. Now, we are maybe going to have a couple of issues, because we do have enemy crossbowmen. Oh, okay. I was not expecting these guys to actually be able to stop me so incredibly easily, but apparently they did. Now, let's hope that we're going to be okay. Oh, okay. They have no idea. They have no idea what is about to befall them. It's actually insane. Let's tell these guys to charge in. Tell these guys to charge in as well. If we have any, that is. Alright, so it looks as though we are going to be absolutely fine here. Unfortunately, my horse has now just been killed, and hopefully I'm not going to get shot to death. I'm kind of hoping my forces will actually now go into the opponent and eliminate them. And indeed, we have ended up losing quite a lot of troops, but that is to be expected, of course. Nice. There we go. My shield has been destroyed as well. I believe this is the edge of the battlefield, making it very, very difficult for us to... Oh, did I? Oh, I died from blood loss. No, I actually died from blood loss. That is hilarious. Okay, yeah, well, that's absolutely fine. We are going to achieve victory, as you can see there. I did end up dying at the very end, which I suppose is kind of annoying, but, you know, it happens. It happens, especially considering we had blood loss. And indeed, that is it. That is the victory for us. And there it is, and indeed we were able to get huge amounts of kills on Elias, actually. We got 18 kills, surprisingly enough. Wow, okay. I'm kind of surprised about that. Considering I usually don't get a huge amount of kills in this mod. Because generally enemies are extremely deadly, you know? They're very, very difficult to deal with. Anyway, there we go. We were able to do it. I'm probably not going to capture anyone right now. I'm probably not going to rescue anyone either. And we're going to be burning the dead and doing all that wonderful stuff to increase our reputation even further. As we are very, very safe here. As you could see, you know, surrounded by absolute monsters of generals here. They are so extremely, extremely strong. And indeed, there we go. Fantastic. And yeah, we could basically take Dire Den back as well if we want to. Well, it's actually under siege already. I have no idea who it's under siege by, but whoever it is obviously going to be taking it sometime soon. We could technically go back to Stony Sept as well. I mean, here's the funny thing. I personally believe that the best course of action for us right now is to probably go over into Lannisport area and basically take every single thing and just kind of, you know, damn the consequences of what is going on back here and just allow them to take whatever they want to take back here and just sweep over what we can there and then return to where we can do things over here. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure whether that's the best course of action, but all I know is that I would like to try and eliminate these guys if we can. They're going to be extremely annoying to deal with because obviously we have to catch up with them. I am moving much, much slower than they are. They're moving at 6.1. I'm moving at 5.1. Absolutely impossible to catch up with them, unfortunately. Technically, I could just let them... I don't know. I could let my, my friends go somewhere else, but... the amount of efficiency that we have by having these people help us is very addicting. You know, it's one of those situations where you just kind of go, you know what? I love it. I love having these guys help me, you know? So usually that's not the case, you know what I mean? Usually I'm by myself, I'm struggling to make anything work. And this time, because we got marshalship, it is fundamentally different. It is so, so cool. And indeed, look at that. We're getting even more people right here. Getting even more people if we want them. Technically, I don't even need to. So, yeah, we're not going to do that. But yeah, some crazy, crazy stuff going on here. And indeed, let's see if we can sweep over the entirety of the Westerlands territory over in this section here. Alright, so I think we're basically done in this area right here. I've just been running around trying to stem the tide, as it were, of all of these Westerlands vassals. And you can see here that basically what we could do... I have 3,000. I mean, because I have so many troops, I can literally do an auto-resolve here, and an auto-resolve gets 35 of my people killed. But that doesn't really do much. Because I can absolutely just 100% destroy the opponent, and then we can take them prisoner. And then they are my prisoner. Oh yes, then they are my prisoner, and then I don't have to really do much at all. And then we can just relax, yes, because they are 100% done in this area here. As you can see, I went round to every single one of them. And what's really, really cool though, is that I was actually able to take a couple of these by myself, without any outside assistance, because they had less troops than we did, and they had about 150. I think 150 seems to be about my limit. I think anything more than that, I think if they have like, I don't know, 200 or something like that, I'm not usually capable of taking it. I guess it very much depends. There's a number of different factors associated with that. But yeah, otherwise, apart from that, the Westerlands, as you can see, they have an extremely, they've just taken, yeah, they have just taken King's Landing back, and they also took Cornfield back, which is good. That is actually very, very good. I wanted them to take King's Landing back. So that's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way over to Cornfield. I'm going to take that, and then we're going to make our way over to King's Landing, and we will be going into the actual siege. Because I want to see the siege map itself, because I feel like we kind of missed out on that, and I think it would be a load of fun to take a look at it. Now, obviously, we do have a number of vassals running around right here that are hopefully going to be doing something independently of me. But yeah, as you can see, they are, of course, taking some things back because, of course, the Westerlands has massive amounts of vassals. Yeah, they have massive amounts of vassals, so it is going to take a little bit of extra time to eliminate them all, but it will be done eventually. Oh yes, we will 100% get them done eventually. Okay, so here we go. We're going to go in. We're going to prepare the siege, build checkpoints in and around, find a traitor within the defenses, send some men to infiltrate the place. Do we even want to do that? I don't really see the point in doing that, to be honest. We could find a traitor in the defenses. What does that mean? Facilitate the conquest. No, I don't really want to facilitate the conquest. I want to prepare the assault. Let's prepare the assault a little bit here. Because what I'd ideally like to do is go into the actual, into the actual siege layout to see what it's like, because it's going to be fun. So 21,000 for Ontario here. I think we'll probably just say yes to it. I mean, why not? That's a lot of money. And yeah, they're still building mantlets right now, so we are not yet able to go in there just yet, soon. And indeed, they are obviously going to be capturing quite a few of the fiefs back. But don't worry, that's the whole point. They're going to be very easy, because here's the thing. The main reason why I wanted to take all of these things super quickly with all of my people, all of our vassals helping us, is because then the subsequent garrisons are not going to be as strong, and so I can basically just go back there and I can take them myself while my vassals are doing whatever they want to do. You know what I mean? And technically, they're not even my vassals. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm sure he's a spy. Return him to the enemy. Okay, yeah. So they're not technically even my vassals. They're Daenerys' vassals, but the fact is, I'm just talking about them as though they are ours. So yeah. Anyway, let's order the Vanguard to place the mantlets. We are going to be losing a couple of people, 37 people. That's okay. And let's lead our soldiers in the assault. Obviously, the actual garrison here is so incredibly limited. Wow, the war horn is extremely loud. Wow, that blew my ears off. But yeah, anyway, this is the siege of King's Landing, and we are now able to go through here and actually take a look at it, because obviously beforehand we didn't have the opportunity to take a look, because I just forced them to retreat or forced them to surrender, whatever. And yeah, this is going to be very cool, because I really want to see this. I really want to see the entirety of this, because as you can tell, this would be an incredibly fiendish, very fiendish place to fight, because I'm assuming you're going to be fighting through the streets here. As you can see, we do have enemies right at the first checkpoint there, and then I'm going to assume that you're also going to have enemies around here as well. Yep, as you can see, look, there we go. They're right there. And this is incredible, actually, because look at what we've got. We've got some pretty harsh things ahead of us. And what's really funny is, oh no, look, there's loads of enemies. We've got loads of enemies in here. I thought there was only 50, but apparently they've got more people. Okay, I don't know how they were able to magically summon up more people, but they had 50 at the time, so that's very interesting. Yeah, maybe that's just, Warband stuff going on there. But yeah, otherwise, I think we're probably going to be okay, but this is going to definitely give us the full experience. Look at this. Look at what we've got going on here. Insane amounts of people. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I got shot in the face. Oh, yeah, there's loads of crossbowmen as well. Loads of arbalesters, too. They are really making us pay for every little bit. Yep, every little bit of ground that we make. It's crazy. Okay, we should probably do some damage. Nice. 84. I did 84 damage? Really? No way, right? No, I think that was something else. I think that was something else, surely. Yes, as you can see, I'm not actually doing that much damage now, which is quite sad, I must admit. But here's the thing. What's really cool about this is the spectacle, right? The spectacle. Unfortunately, it is not the most efficient way of doing this. And so, generally, I would say that the best course of action for me right now would be to retreat. from a, strategic perspective, that is the best course of action. Basically, being able to either starve out the opponent or by forcing them to retreat. Those are the, in my opinion at least, the two options that are far superior to what we have going on here. Because obviously, what we have here is quite literally a bloodbath. A lot of the enemy are going to be able to get many kills as a result of what's going on here, which is pretty harsh, load of damage being done to our forces here. But it is, I gotta say, it is cool. Don't get me wrong, it is very cool. I just wish we had less casualties, but that is exactly the point. You have to take the capital of Westeros with a significant force. You're going to have to come here with loads and loads of people. Like I have, of course. And it is still going to take some pretty harsh amounts of time. There we go. Let's try and... I'm probably going to get killed by this guy. Oh, maybe not, maybe not. Oh, we actually lived. Daisy is such a beast. I don't think I would have been able to do this with Elias, to be honest. I really don't. Pretty crazy that she was able to live through this. And yeah, look at what we have here. Look at this. This is the little town square here as well. Very cool. Okay, yeah. So how many forces do you think they're going to have remaining? Because if they receive reinforcements here, I'm probably going to retreat. She is going to die from blood loss, by the way. Yeah, we've received reinforcements. Okay, well that's good at least. But yeah, she's going to be dying in a little bit of time. And you can see here, look at all of these guys right here. Unfortunately, she's going to die in a second. Yes, we got a kill before she did. Nice. There we go. I went down fighting. That's all we can ask for. That is all we can ask for. Very nice indeed. And now the last remaining enemies will be eliminated. And there it is. There's the victory for us at King's Landing. Hilariously enough, I'm not entirely sure why, but they had massive amounts of troops. Ah, it's because there was a vassal in there. Yes, Lord Quentin. Lord Quentin was in there. And he was definitely causing us a little bit of a headache. But thankfully, we were able to achieve victory. And we're just going to leave everything there. And that is it. There we have it. We will forbid plundering. I'm not going to request it this time, to be honest. I think it's probably best that our vassals get it, or should we say Daenerys probably gets it. It's more than likely that she's going to give it to herself anyway, I would assume, right? I would assume that. And as you can see, look at this. They're actually attempting to besiege it right now. That's not really going to work. That is not really going to work. Anyway, I am now going to say to our vassals, I'm going to end the campaign. And I'm going to let them go ahead and do whatever it is they want to do. And more than likely, they are going to do some really cool things. Or at least I hope they will. I hope so. I don't know whether they will, but we can only hope that they will. And if they do, then expect to see antlers be taken, of course. And, well, all of these other things over there. And then, of course, we do have Storm's End that got taken back as well. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.